Should you buy Sifu in 2023? Sifu is an action-adventure fighting game with a very unique premise. The premise is, when you die, you age, and you can only get to age 70. So if you get to age 70 and you die, you have to restart that mission again. I say mission, not the entire game, but you technically do need to restart the entire game. And I know that sounds bad. I know that sounds bad. Like, what? You're going to restart the whole game? I spent money on this and you're forcing me to play a specific way? Yeah, trust me, it's actually really good. Let's talk about the story, with no spoilers. So you play as a character. I'm not going to spoil which character that is. I mean, it's kind of in the name, but it's kind of not at the same time. Ooh, you know, mysterious. Ooh. And you fight bosses, and those bosses have like 2 lines of dialogue, 3 lines of dialogue, and then you fight them, and then you move on, with the ending being very underwhelming. The story itself, it's not traditional in a sense. Like you're gonna have to look into it. You're gonna have to really not research it, but take what you want from it, I guess. Because I looked up online, there's a lot of people that takes different aspects of the story and takes a message from it in a way. That goes into the gameplay design as well. But for a traditional story, in the traditional sense, it's not great. It's not great. You're not really going to care too much on your first playthrough. You just kind of, you're going to be more frustrated rather than focus on the story. Like, you beat the boss finally, forget the dialogue, let's move on, I want to take a break, you know what I mean? It's going to be like that. So the story itself, it's not amazing. I know it's a single player only game and the story isn't great, so you're thinking, oh god, why would I buy this if the story's crap? Trust me, you don't always need a good story for a single player game, because we'll get into it. Each boss has their own unique combat moves that you have to learn, but we'll get into that. We'll get into the gameplay in just a second. But each boss basically, I guess in a sense, because I'm actually just talking from opinion, well, perspective, I guess, is that each boss represents something like a message or some kind of learning aspect to them, I guess. They're not necessarily characters, but just personifications of different ideas, I guess, which obviously all characters technically are that, but you'll understand if you play it. So this one Green Goblin clip really sums up what Sifu is.
Innocence and selfish battle again and again and again until we're both dead.
So yeah, Sifu's gameplay design is incredible. It's one of the best single player fighting games I've played in ages, ages. So I'll talk about the premise first. You've got 5 levels. You have to run these levels, and every time you die, you age. And once you beat that level, the age you're at will be the age you start at for the next level, okay? And that goes on till you complete the 5th level. The problem is, once you hit 70 and you die, you have to restart that level you've got to with that age. But if you keep dying, you need to go back to the original level or the level before that and try and complete that without dying as much. It sounds complicated, but it's not complicated, you know what I mean? When you play it, you understand it almost immediately. And so this game that's 5 levels originally seems really short, and it can be if you're really good at it, but most people won't be really good at it for at least a couple hours, at minimum. So this very short game turns into a really, well, not really long, but, you know, a good length, and you kind of learn more, and you want to complete it quicker and without dying as much. It's great for speedrunning. Anyway, each level progressively gets harder and harder, and each level has a specific boss. And obviously, once you get to the boss, you're going to lose a lot of years, so you're going to have to go back and replay it eventually anyway. But the key is to learn these bosses. Now, the bosses all have their own unique moves and 2 phases. First phase is usually just a warm-up just to get you used to them, and then the second phase to go all out. Some of the bosses, once you get the mechanics down, are really easy. Like the second level, which is the club mission, which I'm showing you now, the boss in that, called Sean, without spoiling anything, is really simple. He's really simple. All you gotta do really is dodge him, but you'll figure that out when you play it. But then you got big difficulty spikes. For example, the 3rd boss, in my opinion, is the hardest boss in the game. But then the 4th boss is super easy. So it's a mix match here. It doesn't really make any sense, but that's the thing. You're going to be irritated and irritated and irritated. So when the 4th boss is so easy, but you keep dying to them after because you're so old, you have to go back to the 3rd level to replay that boss that you found really difficult, and all of a sudden that boss becomes super easy. And that's where the satisfaction comes from, because the more you learn these characters, the more you have to keep going back and back and back and fighting them again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Willem Dafoe right there.
And again until we're both dead.
You just get used to it, and you just get better at the game, and it's in the back of your head constantly, because every time you die, you're like, oh my god, this is really irritating, but you keep pushing forward. So it really gives you that satisfaction that most games really lack, and a completely unique incentive to keep replaying a game. When you replay a game, you usually just, you want to do it faster. yeah, and just don't die. But this game, it's all about that, you know. You really gotta, you just stress out most of the time to win, but at the same time, you quickly learn, okay, I just need to relax. Let's stop getting angry. Let's just take our time. You know what I mean? Breathe. So that really works. So not only does the game end, but your upgrades actually are involved as well. So you have to upgrade each upgrade, so you have to level it up 5 times, and then it's permanent. Even if you restart the game, well, not restart it, but go back to the beginning, you're going to keep those upgrades, so it makes you more lethal, I guess, in a sense, without spoiling anything. But if you don't upgrade them 5 times, you will lose that level up if you don't do that, so you have to redo them basically. And when I talk about it, that sounds really irritating, but once again, when you play it, it just clicks. You think you're losing all this time upgrading things that won't carry over, but at the same time you're just like, okay, you know what, I don't need that upgrade. You know, I'm gonna go through this mission and I'm gonna whoop their ass without that upgrade, and then I'm gonna upgrade it, and then go back and do it again and then get even a better time. It just works so well. That's a good time to talk about the end game. So the end game, without spoiling anything, is basically the game again. Like I've been saying, it's just a constant repeat. It's just a constant repeat, but you have different options this time for each boss. Can't spoil it, but the end game after that, it's kind of non-existent. I can't lie. There's no real end game after you've rerun the game multiple times. After that, that's it. I mean, there's collectibles and there's different goals you can do to get upgrade points to modify your game a little bit with these different modifications, so you can slow down time and things like that. But it's still the same game, just, you know, with some cheat codes, you know what I mean? Which actually is really nice. It's quite a classic experience. You're unlocking cheat codes in the game. Imagine that. Now you have to pay for them in most games. Yeah, you have to pay for cheat codes. I'm not gonna get into that. Also, if you're playing on PC, there is a ton of mods you can use. I've got the Batman mod installed because, you know, it's Batman and it suits it really well. So yeah, if you get it on PC, that's an extra benefit. Loads of mods. But the last thing I'm gonna talk about is DLC. So there's been a DLC announcement for when Sifu comes to Steam and Xbox. So I think Batman Arkham Challenge is set in these little stages, and you have to constantly get better scores. That's what I could tell from the DLC trailer. I haven't played the DLC, but there's DLC coming as well. So if it's on sale right now, Sifu, I think I bought it for £15 on sale. So, you know, that's a really good deal in my opinion. So if it's on sale, absolutely buy it in 2023. Get it now, get it ASAP, and just, you know, have a blast. Go in fresh, go in without any spoilers, and just enjoy yourself. And don't get too frustrated, because trust me, that's the key. That is the key. Anyway, thank you for watching, really appreciate it, and see you in the next video.